Hello, I'm John and welcome to my channel, Disquiet and Dragons. In today's video I'm going to be talking about awesome metal music that's based on books. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. In today's video I thought I'd talk about something that, by the shirts that I wear, I'm pretty sure you're all aware that I'm a huge metal fan and absolutely love this genre of music. And I knew that there were some songs and bands that had literary influences, so I thought it'd be interesting to talk about some of them. And when I was putting together this video, I did not realise it was such a rabbit hole. So if you like this video, there's probably going to be a part 2, 3, 4. There's just so many bands that use literature and books as an influence. I think that's really cool. So the first band that I want to talk about, and it's no surprise really, they're quite well known for using books and literature as influences, and that's Iron Maiden. I could probably do a couple of videos just Iron Maiden on their own. They've done over 20 songs that are based on either a book or a novel series or poetry. They're quite prolific when it comes to using other art forms as influences for their own music. So I'll just go over a couple. There's some pretty big ones that I'm going to miss, but that I'm probably going to do their own video, give Iron Maiden their own video in the future. But the first song that I want to talk about was on their album The X Factor, and after Bruce Dickinson left, they got a new singer, Blaze Bayley, and they released this new album, and one of the songs on it, it's probably the best song on the album to be fair, was Lord of the Flies, which is obviously influenced by the William Golding novel of the same name, Lord of the Flies. Absolutely fantastic song, written by I think it's Steve Harris. He writes he's the bass player of Iron Maiden. He writes a lot of the songs and the music and lyrics. There's a joke with Iron Maiden fans. You can, when an Iron Maiden album gets released, you can pretty much tell what Steve Harris has been watching or reading, because half the album is songs about that kind of stuff. But yeah, as for a song that doesn't feature Bruce Dickinson, absolutely great song. The next song I'd like to talk about was on the album that was released when Bruce Dickinson returned to Iron Maiden as vocalist, and that song, it was actually the name of the album and the title track, and that's Brave New World, which is based on Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Fantastic song, takes real influence from the books with its subject matter. And the cool thing with this album is the cover art actually took influence from the novel as well. I'll put a picture of the album cover up in a second. But yeah, fantastic song on a fantastic album. And the third Iron Maiden song that I'd like to talk about today, it's probably their most famous song that's based on literature. This one was actually based on a poem, and that's The Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. This poem, it's a huge poem. It's over 600 lines, and with the poem being so large, the song's massive as well. It's I think it's 13-14 minutes long. It tells the story of this sailor and how he killed an albatross and became cursed on this ship, and it does actually use some of the lines from the poem in the song. Really well done, absolutely fantastic song. It's on the album Power Slave, and fantastic song, one of my favourites by Iron Maiden. So as I said previously, Maiden have released so many songs based on literature, and hopefully I'll do some more videos on Iron Maiden's literary influences in the future. The next band I want to talk about are a Finnish band that were formed in 1999, and that band is called Battle Law. I'd say Battle Law, they take elements of symphonic metal and also elements of folk metal. So if you like things like Nightwish or more folk metal stuff, maybe like Aluvatai, then you'll probably like Battle Law. As for literary influences, very much fantasy inspired. If you see them live, they wear kind of like chainmail and long flowing dresses because there's male and female members of the band. They have like dual vocals, like female vocals, and like more guttural male vocals. But they wear like elf ears on stage and that kind of stuff. But I'll read you some of their song titles, and this is a difficult question, but see if you can guess who they're most influenced by. The Grey Wizard, Journey to Undying Lands, Fangorn, Sons of the Riddermark, Khazad-dûm, Horns of Gondor, and Gollum's Cry. Really difficult question. I'm sure you have no idea who they're influenced by, but yeah, all jokes aside, heavily influenced by Tolkien, especially on their first 3 albums. I think their first 4 albums are probably their best work. Their earliest stuff, I prefer it to their later stuff. But the 3 albums that those song titles are from are Where the Shadows Lie, Sword Song, and Third Age of the Sun. Absolutely brilliant albums. I really enjoy all of them. So if you like fantasy themed symphonic metal type thing, well worth checking out. I didn't mention it earlier, but I can't really put music on the video because I really don't want to get copyright strikes. So what I am going to do is all the songs that I've mentioned in this video, I'm going to make a playlist on Spotify, and I'll link the playlist in the video description. But yeah, if you haven't listened to Battle Law, or if you like Tolkien and you like metal, well worth checking them out. I really enjoy their music. The next band I'd like to talk about are thrash metal royalty, a member of the Big Four, which is in the 80s there were 4 huge thrash metal bands that established themselves, namely Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and the band I want to talk about today, which is Anthrax. In his autobiography, I'm the Man, guitarist Scott Ian, he talks about his love for Stephen King and how it influenced some of his songwriting, and there are several Anthrax songs that are based on Stephen King novels, and they're not subtle. They're not subtle at all. They're not, oh, I wonder if that's about this. No, nothing of the sort. The first song that I want to talk about is called Among the Living, and that's influenced by The Stand. And when I say it's not subtle, here are some of the lyrics. Disease, spreading the disease with some help from Captain Trips. Captain Trips is the name of the virus in The Stand. And then again, really not subtle. I'm the walking dude, I see all the world. Twist your minds with fear, I'm the man with the power. So you can see that in their formative years, Stephen King must have been such an influence on the way that Scott Ian wrote lyrics and his songwriting processes. But it wasn't just that one song. There were several songs that they did that were based on Stephen King novels. One was A Skeleton in the Closet, which was based on the short story or the novella At Pupil. And then there's the song Misery Loves Company, which unsurprisingly was based on the novel Misery. And yeah, the chorus is Misery Loves Company, I'm your #1 fan, which is, I think that's brilliant. And one of their most famous songs, I Am the Law, is based on Judge Dredd. I'll just read some of the lyrics from that song. They call him Judge, last name is Dredd, so break the law and you'll wind up dead. Truth and justice, what he's fighting for. Judge Dredd the man, he is the law. It's an awesome song. If you like that kind of crossover thrash from the 80s, oh, it's top notch. I love Anthrax. So we've had some horror influences and fantasy, so it's time for some science fiction influences. So the next band I want to talk about are a band called Manticora. They're a Danish band. I'd say they're kind of progressive power metal, definite thrash influences. So if you like bands like Iced Earth or Demons and Wizards, these will probably be right up your street. And as with a lot of progressive bands, we now enter the realm of the concept album. And the book that they chose to write this concept album about is Hyperion. It's an amazing book. Hyperion, I read it last year. It's one of my absolute favourites. So I did notice some of the song titles on the Hyperion album by Manticora. Oh, it's so good. Some of the song titles on the album are A Gathering of Pilgrims, Keeper of Time, Eternal Champion, and On a Sea of Grass. And that's a two-part song. There's daytime and nighttime. There's some like really quite thrashy, progressive songs on it. There's definite power metal influence, like there's in terms of like sweet picking, and there's also some female vocals used to really good effect. Yeah, it's just a really solid album, and if you like the novel Hyperion, you will get quite a lot out of this, because it starts at the start of the book and it kind of like works its way through the stories. Really impressed by this one. I do like a concept album, I'll be honest. I know they're not for everybody, but when it's a concept album, really good music, really well written songs, and it's about one of my favourite books, it's well worth a listen. So yeah, if you like power metal, progressive metal, or if you just like science fiction and Hyperion, well worth a listen. I'd definitely recommend Manticora and their album Hyperion. So that's about it for this video. As I said, metal based on literature, it was quite the rabbit hole, and there's just so many bands I haven't even mentioned that have got songs or albums based on books. So hopefully if you enjoyed this video, I will make a part 2. Iron Maiden will probably get a video of their own, to be honest, because they've written so many songs about books. But yeah, it's been an interesting subject to research, and you know, I'm always happy to listen to a bunch of metal, that's for sure. But that's about the end of this video. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Hope you're enjoying what you're reading. And as for me, I'm going to get back to the car, go home, probably listen to some metal, read some books. So you all take care. See you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.